It's
No,
fine with me.
Okay, I apologize for not sending out a agenda earlier. I didn't. I'm falling behind on my record keeping, and so I did not get an agenda created. But I know that we typically go off of. We've been following pretty much the same pattern for every single meeting that we've had. I do want to start off the meeting by giving a few updates. One is that, as you guys, as I mentioned in the email, the MLT Bowl will not be held. We will only be having an MLS Bowl because Lee Bird did reach out to all of the MLT programs, only to find out that they're not able to attend. They're not able to travel this year. And so he said that it was just best that we go ahead and cancel the event. In the meantime, that affects a lot of our numbers when it comes to like food and beverage for the student luncheon. So that is something that the hotel is now wanting to know is basically what is that number going to look like? And so that's something that we will. So that's something I wanted to ask you guys from the perspective of those of you who have been doing this for a lot longer than I have. What do, as far as MLTs are concerned, how many students does this usually account for in the student bowl or in the attendance?
oh, I don't know. I really don't.
You
Let's see,
you
Renee
need to
Wiley's
ask
not.
Lee Bird, but I mean it's
Yeah.
less than the MLS students,
a
obviously.
lot
Yeah.
less, yes.
It is. They
Yeah.
usually finish on the first day. But
Yeah.
I mean, I can contact Lee and tell him about, as far as a number wise. But I'm gonna count in my head. So
Okay, if you could reach out to Lee and find out if he could get a number or just estimate, that would be
estimate.
fantastic.
Yeah.
What we had used previously as our number for that particular quote for the hotel. And really the concern is basically so she can tell so she can update her metrics for how much food or how much this will account towards our food and beverage and what that minimum looks like. And there is concern also from the hotel perspective that this would also affect our number of rooms and our whether or not we're able to meet, whether or not we are able to avoid attrition. So I will tell you that I've been in contact with Vicki Johnson. Vicki has been in contact with the hotel, and she is making the case that since we will not be using that 8th floor, that perhaps they could use that 8th floor for their purposes, which would allow them to be able to rent that space and get back some of the money, because we basically have an all hold on the entire hotel for the week of the meeting. So by giving them the space back, she was hoping that she could maybe negotiate what that would, if they could maybe adjust our contract for attrition. She said that her initial conversation with the hotel, they were having none of it. And that she said that she will be, she's very persistent, if nothing else, and that she will continue contacting them.
But we do need that floor for the awards luncheon for the Mississippi group.
We will. We will use that floor, but we'll just be using certain rooms out of it, and basically they could rent the space from the other rooms.
But it's so late.
What's that?
The meeting is so close. That's why they're not going to want to back out.
Oh yeah, well, and I'm letting Vicki work magic if she can. I mean, all they can do is continue to tell us no. I will say this, and Jana, this is really for you, that the original food and beverage for that student forum luncheon was $175. So that's how much we had accounted for based on previous numbers for the MLT and MLS bowls. And so if we can determine how many of those would have been MLT students, then I'll get the hotel to update that quote.
Okay. also want to add that Heinz, it doesn't matter if COVID or not, they, it's kind of a strange situation. They don't have a program, but when Lee contacted them, they were so adamant that their program hasn't closed, although they don't have any classes going on. So, I'm just saying they don't have a program going on, but they haven't taken it off the books. So their students are being, I think they have some agreement with Meridian. And I don't think Meridian normally brought a group to our, I don't recall seeing one, y'all. So,
I mean,
you
I
know,
couldn't say for sure, but it doesn't sound familiar, but I don't know for sure, you know?
right. But I'll tell
I
you
don't think they
thing,
have.
so I'm estimating that there probably would have been somewhere around 40 to 50 MLT. I'm
You
going
said
to say closer
50?
to
That
40.
was kind of the number, somewhere between 30 and 50. That's what I would have thought.
Yeah. So I think we're right on. Honestly, I think a good estimate would be probably about 40, somewhere right between what Angela just said.
So if we reduce that quote to 135 for those lunches, would that be a good accurate account for the number of students that'll be present for the MLS Bowl?
Gary, you may want to reach out to whoever's doing the MLS Bowl. Is it Rosalie this year?
Rosalie, yeah.
Yeah,
And see how many, because don't they have to register for the MLS Bowl? And see how
Yes,
many
but
people she's
the
got.
deadline is approaching, but I believe it's mid-March.
Yeah,
So
she
she
may have
probably
some
hasn't had
that-
everybody turn it in.
Well, I mean, I understand if they would like us to release some rooms so that they could maybe rent those rooms out, but then they have to make some concessions to us. But I do not understand why they need a commitment on the number of people for food and beverage this far out from the meeting. I've never
Yeah.
heard of such a thing. Never
Yeah.
heard. I've dealt with conventions and planning weddings, and usually it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's right, very right
So
before it happens.
I don't understand why in February, in third week of February, they need a commitment, a hard number. You
Right.
know, I just think it's too early, and I think that Vicky should be able to, talk to them about that as well.
So
absolutely.
Carrie, let me just say this, that it could be a good negotiating tool because okay, we know that we need that Iris room for the Mississippi Awards, right? That's the 8th floor, the Iris room.
Right, yes.
Okay. What if we conceded to having another room? Because I'm gonna tell you, the numbers for Mississippi are scaring me about people that are coming. But if we could use that as a negotiating tool, and the fact that, okay, we're willing to let this go, but you can't hold us to this big fat contract under these conditions. So you see what I'm saying, is we might be able to gain some bargaining power from it. So,
Absolutely.
so
Um,
let's, I need to get a better number of, and what I'm afraid of is that even if mostly from Mississippi, we have educators coming, there's not a lot that are going to be there. And it's scary. I know that Southern is trying to bring one team. I don't think they're going to bring all of their students. And Jennifer Knight, I know she's registered. I don't know about her students, but they don't have a big program. And that leaves us. And I don't think that there's going to be a lot of lab people that are going to be able to get off to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it may be that it might be really easy for us to have another location for the Mississippi Award.
All right, so let's this is something just to put on the radar. Let's come back to this. I know that I know, Angela, that you've got to leave early, and I do want to go ahead and discuss the program before you have to jet out. So Angela and Patsy, do you guys want to, first of all, I want to apologize to you. I have not sent out the email yet to the speakers. Everything is fine. I just, it's my fault in the fact that I've been consumed with some other responsibilities, but I'm gonna sit down and get it done.
Well, I feel bad because
I do
maybe we
too.
could have taken that, burden off of you, Carrie. So I don't know. Did you want us to try to do it?
Well, it's just as easy as putting together taking your letter, putting it into a Word document, taking the Excel document that you gave me and merging it into a mail merge and sending it to the speakers that way. So it's really not it's not really complicated. It's a pretty easy process. It's just I will just admit that some things with work got a little overwhelming, and so I have not had a chance to dedicate to it. But I can do it tonight. I just need to sit down and focus 10 minutes, long enough to get it done.
By the way, speaking of that, you saw that email I sent to the PACE coordinator. What's her name?
Lacey.
Falk? What's her last name?
Yeah, Paul.
Is it Falk? Okay. So, I sent her that email saying, with the attached speaker Excel spreadsheet, and I said all the information you need to fill out those pay sheets is in this, but I haven't heard back from her. She didn't say, "Oh, thanks, I get it. Okay, no problem." So, I don't know. I'm hoping she's going to do it, right?
I will follow up with Lacey to confirm that she is going to get all of that. She's going to be able to get all that submitted. And can remind me again, guys, do we use CE Organizer? Have we used CE Organizer for this meeting previously?
We did the year that I
I
did it.
think it's pretty
That was
easy
the
to
first
use.
year.
I think that we may have to connect with someone at National and just get it listed. I think we did use it for Monroe.
So Karen, do you know if Lacey knows how to do that?
Lacey did it the year in Monroe. I can text her and see if she's I think I can text her and see if she is going to do it this year.
Perfect.
One more thing, Carrie, we're going to need a short description. I think, is that a requirement for pay?
A
It is.
description of what?
Of the program.
Of whatever that session is going to be, and I don't think
that's all in that
It's all
spreadsheet.
in the spreadsheet.
It talks. It has the speaker's topic, the description, the objectives, the credentials of the speaker. Everything's in that Excel spreadsheet.
I guess I didn't see the description, but I did see the objectives.
No, it's there.
Okay.
It's there. It's if you expand it's all there.
Okay.
Carrie?
All right. Yes, absolutely. It is. We did collect it. It was collected in that speaker information
I
form.
probably just had it hidden in my, I didn't have it spread out.
Wait, y'all, this is my electrician. This is a very important call. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm gonna put Angela on mute while she talks to the electrician. Patsy, any other updates for the program? I think so far, like I said, I'll send out that email. So far we haven't had anyone say that they were not going to participate, but we do have 3 speakers on backup.
Right. But nobody has said they're not, that they've changed their mind.
And we have secured the payment from Audit Microcontrols for Sten Westcard. They did ask us if we could use a complimentary room for him, but that's all going to depend on whether or not we even get complimentary rooms at this point. So
yeah, right.
So we will, and I did talk with Melanie Falcon about that. So we will get that compensated for, but we got to wait a little bit closer to the meeting once we know really what our numbers are going to look like.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else.
Okay.
We did go through all those objectives and reworded them a bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, the ones that weren't in the proper format. So we
there were.
We reformatted them to have the right, discuss, explain, describe, list, all that stuff. Y'all know educators, what the lingo is. So we fixed them.
All right, so program's pretty solid. It's posted on the website. It's also in the registration CVent as well. And we are working on the meeting app as I speak. And so we did get access to Crowd Compass, which will integrate with CVent. So we'll be able to use a meeting app to also have that information in the hands of our attendees. I will say, guys, I was not intending on having any printed programs for this event, simply because I just felt like that was a cost that we just didn't need to absorb, especially since we're going to have a very nice meeting app that attendees could use. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, from your treasurer's perspective, I'm very concerned with the numbers of registrants so far. So if we're adding, the meeting app on top of all the other money that we are stuck paying, I say no paper.
How expensive is the meeting app? I'm just curious.
$2,300.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they no longer offer a free one, and that's actually the least expensive option that we have.
Wow.
We didn't do printed programs for us, when we did Monroe, did we?
No.
I don't think we did.
It'll be online, so if folks want to print, they can.
Yeah.
They will just have to print it before they come.
I think that's a good economical decision at this
I
point.
do too.
I mean, everybody can. They can.
All right. So any questions about the program before we move on? All right, guys, let's talk about, I see that Gay was on. She looks like she might have left.
She may have fallen off.
Okay, so I'm going to give her a minute to see if she's coming back. Jennifer, can you give us an update about registration? Melanie's kind of already given us a preview, but can you give us an update?
Yeah, numbers are alarmingly low. I'm just like, oh gosh, every week I look. I sent out a report to you guys right before the meeting because I was dying to know. So we did increase from last week, 22. We have like 17 student members from last week and 5 members. So, I went back in the registration and put in orange, try to make the early bird to just, get their attention. I did that, and I put the preliminary schedule, a link to that, because I thought, well, maybe if they
So
see,
the only way that people are finding out about this is how are they knowing about it? Tell me.
now that's another problem. I think Carrie can say there was someone who was supposed to be in charge of marketing. Maybe they stepped down. I'm not sure. What I did, I've sent out, from a registration chair point of view, I've sent out automated emails, maybe twice, from all the members of Mississippi, all the Louisiana members. I've sent those out twice, once and then a reminder. I'll send another one next week. In addition to that, I took an email and forwarded it to every hospital contact that I had, like lab managers in this area. And then I think I sent it to a few other people and was just like, here, just blast this out to every hospital person that you know. But other than that, I'm not sure. Carrie can speak to that part about the marketing, who's putting this on Facebook and who's sharing it with Twitter, those ways. I don't know.
So let me add, yes, Sona Kumar, who was our marketing chair, did step down, and I actually have a meeting with the marketing group next Monday. We were trying to find a time where we could all get together because we need to have a very good marketing plan. Thank you, Karen, for updating that flyer. I'm going to put that flyer onto the website so people can just download it and help promote the meeting. I will say that for LSCLS, we only have a Facebook account. We were told, from what I understand, several years ago during the board meeting, the board decided that Facebook was the only social media we needed. So we don't have Twitter, Instagram, or any of that good stuff. I have to say I'm very, very disappointed in that. And I have spoken with our social media, the person who does that piece for us. And we've discussed the fact of needing to move forward and get these other social media platforms up and going. But she's in that meeting for next week. And so I I don't know, does anybody else, and Karen, you can help with this piece of it. Does anybody else have access to that social media besides Heather?
I
Or-
do, Michelle does, Jessica Peel does, I think
I'm sorry,
Nancy Rogers
Jessica.
does. I'll post that, flyer onto the, Facebook page. I'll do that tonight. And I'll also post it to Connect Community tonight. And then also we're gonna take that flyer and our compliance team member who works in New Orleans, who goes to all the area hospitals. She's gonna take that flyer and I know I'm saying it wrong, but take it and give it out to all of the hospitals that she visits and try to get some local people involved. And we'll give it out to some of our people, some of our other hospitals that we visit as well.
We've sent the invitation to all of our managers. I've sent it out to all of our managers.
And Michelle,
And
you
I-
also included it in the renewal this year when you did the LSCLS member renewal, right?
Right. Yes.
So,
I know there are
Joe,
several places that are interested in their, I don't know if they've registered yet, or I know they're looking at it. We're trying to convince them to go, of course.
so Jennifer, when you send out the emails, does it have the program attached? Or like at least a list of, I don't know.
It does. What I did, I went in and there's a really neat preliminary program that someone created. I'm not sure who created it, but I saw it
Anna.
yeah, it was awesome. It has, like how many CEU points you get for each. And so what I did is I went in on the registration page and there's a link. So, if someone pulls up the invitation, clicks on registration, they'll be like, now what do I really get? And it says preliminary program at a glance. So you can click on that and kind of see what you're getting into. Because I think a lot of people want to see, what's really going to be there before I start up the registration process.
But so it has the number CEs, but does it have the speakers and the topics?
Yes, it does. It has the
Okay.
topic, the speakers. It's a really neat,
Okay.
it's pretty cool, whoever did it.
Okay.
Thank you,
Who
Jana.
did that, Carrie? Who did
That was
Thank you.
Jana.
Oh,
Wow.
Jana, you did that. It was beautiful. Very
Thank you.
nice. Yeah.
And I
and-
updated the website with the information about the social
Mhm.
and made
Another-
sure that I added all that to kind of encourage people, that it's not just, what all we will be doing.
Yeah. And another thing I was going to say, I can send everybody the email, like, of course, everybody got a specific email through CVent, if you remember, when I blasted those. And then I created like a generic one that says, Dear Lab Staff, that I sent out to the hospitals who weren't necessarily members of LSCLS. So I can also, send you guys that. And if you have hospital contacts like I do, all the clinical instructors, you could just blast everybody. I mean, everybody gets spam. It's not going to hurt. They can read it. If they want to come, great. If not, then they can move on their way. So I can send that to everybody.
Send that to Danny Held for us. Can I give you his email address?
Sure.
Um,
Or you want to just email it to me?
yeah, I will.
That'd be
I
easier
will.
than me trying to write it down and get it
Sure.
wrong.
I'll do that. I'll do that to you.
We may want to promote to the and I forgot, it just left me. The where they can switch like the institutional pass. There it goes. You may want to promote that too, especially to these hospitals.
Oh, yeah,
They
good
can't-
idea.
They can't afford to have everybody leave, but they can afford to have one, especially if they're close, have one leave and, rotate it out.
Right. And I can put that straight on the email, so they can see that right away before okay. I can add that.
I'm trying to pull up your email. I mean, I'm sure, it's in.
I'm J Bushnell at McNeese.
Okay. There it is. There it is. Okay, I'm going to send you, because Danny is our education coordinator, and he's got all the emails of all the
Okay,
education
great.
coordinators and all that. So I'll.
And then he can just forward it out.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. Any other questions about registration?
Well, I've got one question. Have you computed what our break even point could possibly be?
No, I have not figured out our break. We had done that previously, but there have been some changes. And
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I know right now we've got more pressing things, but I just was trying to project it out, like as far as, I guess we have to have all the vendors, as far as, their information and kind of, if we have a lackluster turnout, what's our break even point gonna be?
I do have that. And let me see if I can find the previous,
I
the
think I
previous
remember you saying it was somewhere around 400, 350, 400. I remember that number being discussed.
Yeah, I gotta
Can't
find it.
remember what it is. I can't remember. what it
Patsy, is
It's
Danny
okay.
D held one?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I see Gay is back with us. Gay, can you give us an update about Gay and Michelle's here with us too as well? Can you give us an update about the exhibits? I don't know if you Gay, I don't know if you're talking or not, but you're muted.
She's muted, yeah.
She has bad connection sometimes, so I'm thinking that may be it.
Mhm.
So, all right. Well, I know that I know we do have Shamanika on. I know that Shamanika's driving. I don't know if, oh, there she is. There's Gay.
Yeah, I finally got unmuted. I told Michelle, I think last week, this is the time in the vendor fair recruitment where I scream, I'm sick of this. I'm never doing it again. No one's going to register. We have 14 and I still have 8 that have given me emails saying, yeah, we plan on participating.
Well, I have to say we have not registered, so I mean, all of our faculty is registering, and we're going to probably have, I don't know, somewhere around 15. We only have 21 students right now, right, Patsy? I don't know that they're all.
She's talking about exhibitors, Angela.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm
I
just
will
talking
still-
about I know
will
she
still you a
is,
booth.
Okay.
but I'm just saying, I bet
Yeah.
some of us here haven't
Right.
registered for the
We
meeting
haven't.
yet, right?
Well, why don't you go ahead and register, Angela, tomorrow to make us all feel
Okay,
better.
all right.
Okay.
We
Our
need those numbers
and
to
just
look
make us
good.
feel
Yes.
better.
So
We're
you'll
gonna
do
do
Freaking
that.
out every week when I look at the numbers.
Yeah, I
I made my
know.
hotel reservations today, so.
Oh, well, good. Okay.
Well,
So yeah.
I would feel better. I would feel better if y'all's group took a vendor booth too when you register.
If y'all's group, if what? Us?
Your group.
If you could take a vendor booth.
Oh,
Do we do a booth?
not
Certainly.
We don't usually do, we don't do a booth.
She's just trying to sell it to you right now.
I
She's a-
see.
she's a
Okay, I got it.
she's a
All
good
right,
salesman.
okay.
Hey,
All right.
Jay,
Well, Carrie, you didn't say about our entertainment.
Well,
I gotta go, but I thought you were gonna talk about, you talked to Leanne Weil, right?
I did. So guys, just real quick, this is just we're gonna come back to the vendors real quick, just so, because while Angela's here, Angela has been the.
Oh, I don't want you to pat me on the back. I just want
Oh
you
my
to
God.
tell them we got the
Okay.
money.
We did. We got the money for the entertainment. We got the money for the food and the band. We got a band for the social. They're going to play from 7 to 9. The food, of course, is going, it's catered, and the social is supposed to start at 6. So it gives us a little bit of time to eat. Then the band sets up and we just have a good time. And so they're called Me and My Friends. It's a good friend of mine, actually, that lives here in New Orleans. They're going to contract directly with the state, and they will actually be paid directly through the state. So they will not come out of our budget. They will just be paid through them. And so, yeah, we got a band.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a
Fantastic.
huge amount of money when we're talking about $2,300 for whatever that was. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's like $200. How many members do they have, Carrie?
6 members.
So yeah, they said $200 a band member, so that's what they give us. So
And that's what they're going to accept. They're not charging us anymore.
okay,
That's
great. That's
Fantastic.
wonderful. Good. Okay. All right. Well, I am going to check out, y'all. I'll see you. And we will get our registration in, Jennifer.
Thanks,
will do it.
Angela.
Thanks, Angela.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Carrie,
Bye-bye.
what kind of
Yes.
band is it? What kind of music do they play?
So me and my friends, they play all kinds. They play, they're just one of
great.
those, yeah, so they play things that are really, they play some oldies and goodies. They play some very hip hop pop. They're just really good for all
Perfect. That's
ages.
great.
Good
We're
variety.
calling it a Fado-Do. Are they going to play some Cajun music?
No, I just wanted to call it Fado-Do because I've never been to a
Okay.
Fado-Do and I thought that
All
was a
right.
good term.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because real Fado-Do, you'd have Cajun music, but that's okay. I'm
I'm
good.
sure-
I'm good with a rock and roll, band. That's good.
Well, nobody will know any different. So there
You're
we go.
right. You're right.
Fine.
All right. Bye-bye, y'all.
I like it. That's good. Okay.
Okay, so Gay, back to the exhibits and sponsors. So you were saying that you're ready to pull hair out because we've got
She
14.
fell off again, Carrie.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I will tell you, I do have another check that's coming my way. I wanted to tell Gay, because I'm not sure if she got the registration and I don't know what's in it, from Stone.
That is for career fair.
Okay,
And they wanted 2 tables.
okay, so
Ooh,
again, they just sent me a picture of the envelope and I saw it was Stone. So it went to the Shreveport address because that's what's listed for me, but they're sending it down to New Orleans.
Have all the hospitals been contacted about the career fair?
So we have Shamanica on. I know she's driving. So Shamanica, I'll just speak for you. Shamanica has reached out to all the hospitals. She has sent an email to them and has followed up with several of them. And so I know that there's been, she's been contacting them. I think she started that either end of December, beginning of January.
What do we charge them?
For career fair, it is $300 for 1 table.
Okay, because I'm telling you, these hospitals are desperate. I would think we would get a lot of people interested in that. I mean, we've talked to a couple of our affiliates and they're
It's all over.
desperate.
It's all over the
I've never
state.
seen
all
so
over the
many
city.
job openings in ever. I mean,
Exactly.
when I graduated, there was a zero. I mean,
Yeah.
zero. You
Yeah.
had to work the
Yeah.
middle of the night, and if you were lucky,
Yeah. Well, the problem now is they're not willing to raise the salaries. If they'd raise the salaries, we wouldn't be having a problem.
yeah.
They want to do a sign-on bonus, but then they don't want to pay you long-term.
At our hospital, they raised the nursing salary.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, the nursing salaries. And they're paying them back their student loans and, they need
all
to do
kinds
stuff
of
like that
fancy
for us.
stuff.
Because that's why people don't want to go into the field. They don't make any money. I mean,
I
Gay
know.
said that, I have a report from Gay because she said her stream is locked up. She
Oh.
said she has 14 vendors have paid, 8 more have said they will participate. She's going to email the whole bunch again with personal emails.
right.
Michelle, do we know if Gay is going to be able to make it, or are you having to step in for her, or do we know?
At this point, I'm stepping in and I will be getting there on Sunday evening because they can start setting up on Monday at noon. And I knew I couldn't drive in and not have seen the site
Mhm.
and kind of get the lay of the land. So Karen and I are actually coming in on Sunday evening.
Okay, Carrie and I'll be there then too, so.
Yep.
Okay.
And speaking of which, speaking of the hotel, just so you guys can have an update, I do get a report from Vicki Johnson every week about what our hotel pickup looks like. Right now, we are only at 35% of our block, and the cutoff for this, for the cutoff for the hotel block to secure the rate is March 28th. So it looks like right now we have 164. Looks like that we have met our we have met our maximum, or we have met our contracted amount for Tuesday. That amount has been met, and almost Wednesday, but we're still lacking on Thursday and Monday. And so, yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys kind of an update as to, no, I take that back. We have not met our minimum. We have contracted Tuesday for 133 rooms, and so far we still have 184 available. I read that wrong. So we definitely need to, it's just more about promotion. And like I said, hopefully Vicky's going to get us some relief on that contracted amount, since that contract was prior to us knowing anything about the MLT Bowl. All right, so any other questions for Gay or Michelle about the Gay? I see you're back on. Do you want to say a few last words?
Well, we had mentioned last time having some sort of decoration or party favor for the vendors at the different tables. And we talked about maybe having little voodoo dolls. Has anybody found any?
I'm so glad that you asked that, because actually Melanie is currently in possession of how many packs of rice, Melanie?
I have 100.
Wonderful.
And I have also secured bags from New Orleans and Company. That's the Tourist and Convention Bureau. They're also going to provide some entertainment, some brochures for local distribution as well. And then I have the information from McElhenney to hopefully get some little Tabascos to go with that. And then, of course, I've got so much Mardi Gras stuff, so I was going to save some of that as well. But voodoo dolls, I don't have an update on. Has anybody else?
We don't need them. I mean, that'll be awesome. I've looked at making some stick ones. I've seen online they had some. It kind of goes against my Christian beliefs to be making voodoo dolls, so I have to call them something else.
I'm with you.
But I've even looked at, making them out of pipettes and tongue depressors, even, making out of lab stuff. But if I can put together some things just to put in their bag, I will, and get it down there to y'all.
You can
Perfect.
call them damn it dolls.
Yeah.
You hit it something and you say, damn it, damn it.
That'd work.
Yeah.
We could call them stat dolls. How about that?
So what I was hoping to do is to make the bags for the vendors, for the exhibitors, and also the speakers as well.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we will have enough to for everybody. But of course, the vendors will be our first priority, because our speakers are, we are not paying them, but we are. They do get their day that they are speaking complimentary. So that is, kind of more or less their payment without having any type of actual compensation. All right. Next thing is oh, go ahead.
I have one more thing. I saw that Jack's Brewery had been renamed. I forget what it's called, but they have renamed, and they're rebranding their beer. That may be somebody that would donate something to put in the bag.
I have not heard that. We definitely
it's some sort of French word for neighborhood is the name of, it's what they're calling it now.
Neighborhood.
Yeah. But that may be somebody else, local.
Absolutely. Definitely something to look into. If you guys have any ideas as to companies that we can contact, don't hesitate to send them to me or Gay. It's just so we can get some ideas as to how to go about getting these folks, getting something to be able to give to them.
They're rebranding to LERP, L-E-R-P, craft beer.
L-E-R-P?
L-E-R-P, craft beer. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, so any questions for Gay?
Gay, I think you missed my statement that I do have a check coming from Stone Clinical. I think we think it's for the career fair. At
Who?
Stone Clinical.
Yeah, that's not one of mine.
Okay,
It's-
so that must be for the career fair, but I do have that coming to my attention.
When Worfin sent that check, did they include a paper registration?
Yeah, I've emailed it to you.
Okay, all right, good deal.
Yeah, I sent it to you and Jennifer and Carrie.
Okay, good. There's a Worfin,
Yeah, it did not distinguish between IL or whatever the other one was. It just says Worfin USA LLC.
okay, if it had Excel Berry Hill, that's the other
It
Worfin.
did.
The Worfin Acute Care called me or emailed me, and she wants to register also, and just is, I think, asking that their booths are near each other, but she wants a separate table, and I told her certainly.
Okay, yeah, Berry Hill is the one who sent this one in.
Okay,
And you should have it in your email.
okay, all right, great.
All right, guys, any other questions about the career fair, sponsorships or exhibitors?
I just got a message back from Lacey. She said that she said that she is gonna work on putting them in. She's gonna work on the pace soon, but she can't be at the meeting the whole time. So hopefully there won't be too many last minute changes. She'll be there Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Karen. All right. All right, we were talking about the social. There's really the biggest update for the social was the fact that we will have the live band and they will be reimbursed thanks to the state, and everything with Plessy's is set and to go. I did post on the website and also made it available on the program that you can download online, the directions on how to go about riding the streetcar to get to our social, also including information about the cost of riding the streetcar, which is $1.25 cash one way. So, and you have to have exact cash. You can't have like $2 and expect 75 cents change. So that information is on the website. If you guys can think of, it's probably something that we also need to post on, maybe even on our Facebook channel and on the Connect community, just really highlighting these things about our meeting that would encourage people to want to come and join us. The other piece that for the meeting, Karen, do you have any updates about our community event or our community sponsor that we're working with?
No, I haven't heard back from her, and I don't ever think about calling her when I have. Well, I don't really have time to call her, but I'll try to get in touch with her again.
Awesome.
She won't even return emails though. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it is. Patsy and Angela and I also found that same frustration as well. I will also add about the, it's really not related to the social, but Cheyenne Rays has volunteered to coordinate a lab week run while we are at the meeting for those who want to participate. And so if you're registering for the virtual run and want to do your 5K, she is coordinating a route and the time to get all that together. I'm going to leave Cheyenne to the specifics, but I know that she was working on that too.
So sad. I'm going to miss that because I run. Oh my gosh, dang it. It's been so fun.
She's thinking that it's going to happen on Friday. But I'm not sure. I told her it's like Friday morning is going to kind of be an early morning, especially after a social on Thursday.
Oh, I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Yeah, we'll
It would be
see.
more of like a walk or a crawl. I don't know how much of a run it would be.
All right, guys. And all right, what other updates do we have for the meeting? One thing that we need to do is I do need to format the final. I'm going to use what Jana has already created for the program and format the final program, adding to it the president's welcomes. Renee, thank you for submitting the one from Mississippi. Melanie, I just need to get your a little welcome paragraph from you so we can include a welcome from the Louisiana president also.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, my husband just corrected me. It was Dixie Beer that is just recently rebranded. The lady that owns the Saints. She's.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know about that. Okay.
It was Dixie. That's what it
All
was.
right.
Sorry.
She's got a nice brewery too over there. I've seen it from the interstate.
I've heard.
All right, guys. Let's see. What else do we have? Anything else that you guys can?
Yeah, Carrie, hey, it's Melanie. I did want to bring up, my daughter she's really crafty and stuff, and we are going to be putting together some door hangers. That doesn't sound right. Wreath size hangers for your door. That sounds better. It's in the shape of Louisiana, and it has Les Bontas Roulés, and she's got the New Orleans lamp post that says Mardi Gras on it. She paints them and stuff. And then we're also going to do some kind of wine bottles with actual wine in them, and kind of have the voodoo, celebrating voodoo we do kind of things to raise money for our organization. We don't have a lot of money. It's not going to be a huge amount, but I figured with the New Orleans theme, it would be something good for us that people might want to take back with them. If we don't sell anything, we don't sell anything, but I didn't know if there was other people that might be interested in, going in and doing some different fundraiser things. For that, I originally was thinking we would do the fundraising for PAC, but I was told we cannot do fundraising for PAC at any national meetings or any of our meetings, is what I was told. Now, if anybody knows different, please tell me, because I kind of got thrown into PAC and I have not been able to make any of the meetings. The one that's coming up, I still can't attend because I'm actually going to go on vacation. Hallelujah. But if anybody knows any different, that was my original plan, but I was told we cannot solicit our members at a meeting for PAC contributions. Does anybody know any different than that?
Melanie, did you happen to ask, did you ask Cheryl about it?
No.
I just know she would probably be a good resource, but I
Okay,
know
well
that,
then I'll ask her.
Luke would know.
Well, Luke's the one who told me that.
Oh.
yeah. Also, the person who I had put you in contact with concerning PAC initially.
Yeah, Stephanie.
Stephanie will definitely know.
Yeah. I just on the call knew.
I thought Luke raised money at Monroe for it because I remember he left it and we had to get it to him.
Okay, well, I don't know, but I'll look into it more. But we could, I mean, like I said, I don't even know if anybody is in anything like that, but I thought it would be just something cute and fun if somebody wanted to bring home something that they were also contributing to our organization at the same time. So
typically we have a fundraiser for the scholarships. I don't know if anybody's been organizing that this time.
I was going to ask, and also the students sometimes typically do a fundraiser as well. Has anybody heard?
And that normally usually handles that. I haven't talked to her.
T-shirts are always a hot item. Sometimes they sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
We could put out a message in the Connect community to see if anybody else who's artsy craftsy wants to do something like a silent auction or something and put all of that together.
They do raffles too. The students a lot of times have raffles.
Yeah, they've been having raffles the past few years.
Yeah.
I know that I remember in Shreveport that we did and of course this was several years ago, but we did a silent auction then at the convention center. And I want to say that I thought that it was for the scholarship fund for each of the societies, maybe. Does anybody recall the specifics around this?
I think they did do a silent auction for scholarships before the raffle, because we started the raffle. I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago we started the raffles, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe something like that.
Well, the first one was in Baton Rouge.
Yeah. And before that, I think they were doing I know one year they did a silent auction for the scholarships.
I think silent auction used to be annual.
I was thinking that too.
All right, well, that's definitely something, Melanie, it's a great idea. Let's, and I think that it would be a great idea to put something in the forum. Also, we might want to connect with Joette only just to discuss how to go about, I'm assuming that she's going to be at the meeting. I'm not 100% sure, but to discuss with her about how to go about the best way to go about doing the silent auction, or however we're going to do it.
I don't think she's registered yet.
Even more of a reason to reach out to her.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Okay, so I know we're coming up on 7 o'clock. I want to be cognizant of everybody's time. I'm going to be meeting with the marketing and promotion group on Monday. Any other information or comments before we close up for this evening? Besides promote, so we can get those
Carrie,
registration numbers up.
Do you want me to go ahead and post it on Facebook and in the Connect community? Or do you want me to wait?
No, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about for the meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
And Carrie, can you hear me?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I went ahead and posted that flyer to our Facebook page too today.
Fantastic. Good.
And
Maybe
I'll go ahead and send another email with the flyer attached to it as well.
Fantastic. Anything that we can do to increase our registration at this point, and just making sure that we highlight those numbers in that early registration cuts off in the middle of March, and then the hotel cutoff is at the end of March.
Carrie, this is Melanie. Can I ask one quick question?
Sure.
Do we have any of the vendors? I know we had some that signed up for the, like, I forgot even what the term is now, the Mama Jama one. Are they doing private showings? Do you
I
know?
think I'm really, they're not communicating with me once they sign up on CVM. And so I really am not knowing until I see the money and then try to figure out what they're doing.
Okay.
I've had one vendor, I missed that because usually it's real personal, that I work with them. I have one vendor that's asking about where they're going to ship their equipment. So I have one. I think that's the Worfin folks.
Yeah.
And
I
Gabe,
was promoting it today at the hospital I was at.
And Gabe, the shipment information is found on the vendor prospectus on the website.
Yeah.
So you can direct them to that if they need it.
Yeah, I screen print it and send it back to them. Folks don't read.
Absolutely. All right, guys, any last minute questions, comments? All right, well, thank you guys very much for joining tonight. I know that we've got I've got 3 meetings scheduled for us in March. I apologize. I didn't realize March was such a long month. But we will meet again in a couple of weeks, hopefully seeing an increase in those numbers as we get closer to that early bird registration. And then we'll meet once in April before the meeting. All right. Well, thanks everybody for your time. And of course, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks,